guys, and welcome to episode number 8 of the CamijoKnit podcast here on YouTube. I feel that I'm so excited every time it's podcasting day, and I know today is the day, and I'm getting ready, and I'm so excited. I think this sharing my knitting world with you out there is so much more rewarding and so much more fun than I would have ever thought it would be. I thought that maybe this would be something that would be hard and intimidating and scary, and in real life, it is just so much fun, and I really enjoy this. So thank you so much for watching. Let me say that to begin with in this episode. My name is Camilla. I am Danish. I live here in Denmark with my family. I also work as a teacher. And you can find me as CamijoKnit on Instagram, Ravelry, here on YouTube, anywhere actually. So today is Friday. It's in the morning, around not morning, but before noon here in Denmark, and it's a really hot day. We're having a bit of a heat wave actually here in Denmark, and for the 4 weeks I had vacation because I'm a teacher. So for 4 weeks I had a summer vacation. The weather was really bad, and since I started work, the weather has just improved day by day. So we are like 30 degrees here and very warm, and we needed some nice summer weather. It's too bad that we have to go to work, but the weekend is here and we have not that many plans, so I think we'll go to the beach and spend some time by the water. Usually we'll go to the beach at night just for a quick swim to cool down before the evening, so that is very nice. Today I'm going to talk about a design that I have actually just finished the other day, thanks to you, because it was a project that, I was stuck a little bit, and I told you guys about that project, and I had some very nice comments and encouragement to just keep going, and it's a little hot, I'm sorry. Keep going and get the cardigan done. So I'm proud and happy to say that the Nena Cardigan is actually done, and I will show you that later. I have also decided today is the day I'm going to talk about all my knitting bags. I will talk a little bit about all my project bags or knitting bags or whatever you call that, because I don't have that much to share, because I have spent the last few weeks, well actually after I got back to work, I had a lot of work to do, and then I have been pretty determined to get the cardigan done, so that I have basically only knit on that. And then I have an unboxing, because I got the yarn from the It's Yarn sock club, so I have an unboxing to do, and then I will talk a little bit about I think mostly actually about that. But let me show you first the Nena Cardigan that I have named after the German pop singer from the 80s, Nena. And this is knit in Madeline Tosh DK in the color Leopard. And it's because of this color that's like a really rock and roll, maybe more like a 90s, early 90s, I think, kind of color. I'll just put this on. Here is the Nena Cardigan. It's I did some short rows for the neck, and it's a very plain cardi with 2x2 rib in the beginning, and here at the button band you pick up stitches at the end for the button band. So it's not that, it's pretty plain. I have made some longer ribbing here at the sleeve, and I'm gonna adjust that a little bit in the pattern and actually make it even longer. I was just watching Game of Thrones while I was knitting this, and all of a sudden my sleeve was way too long, so I had to rib back a little bit, and I did the ribbing, and now that it's done, I would actually prefer the ribbing to be a little bit longer. I'm not gonna change it on this one because this will be my own, and yeah, so that's fine. And then if I stand up, you can see that the ribbing here at the bottom is long. It's like 15 centimeters or something. And what that does is that it kind of tucks in the cardigan a little bit here on the lower back. And I like that because it kind of gives you a little bit of shape and it doesn't show off everything. So for my body size, this is what it does on the back when it kind of follows your curve on the back of your back. I really like that. So if I wear this with a dress or something, I won't be like a big tent. So when I wear a dress, I like those to be wide and not tight, but just really airy, because when it's warm like this. And then when you put on a sweater, for me at least, if it's not cropped, I would like to do a cropped version as well. Not a cardigan, but I like cropped sweaters with dresses. But with a cardigan like this, that makes that shape on the back, I really like that. So I'm so happy about this. I wanted to take pictures and put on Instagram, but it's so hard to take good pictures of something in this color. So I have to, I need someone to help me, because I thought that I could just take a picture of the cardigan on a hanger or just lay it down on the floor and take a good picture. But yeah, that has been a challenge for me to actually, it's hard to photograph well. So I need a help on that. I need a photographer, my husband or someone can help me. But this Nena cardigan, yeah, I'm really pleased with the result. It was a long way there. I loved the yarn from day one, and I knew I wanted it to be simple, but you know, sometimes simple can be too simple, and I just wasn't sure which way to go with this. But the long ribbing in the bottom is what helped me, or actually that solved the whole designing problem, or not a problem, but issue. I just didn't know where to go with this, and the long ribbing was my saving, or I don't know how to explain, but that kind of just think did it for this cardigan. That is just what it needed. So now I'm so pleased. I did this on a 4mm needle. That's a US, I always forget, 4mm US 6 needle. So I have 20 stitches. My gauge is 20 stitches per 10 centimeters. And so this cardigan, if you knit it in, actually, I don't know what the prices are for Metal and Touch in the States or overseas, but here in Europe, this is pretty pricey because you have to ship it to Europe, and everybody needs to make a little money, and it's a high quality yarn and it's hand dyed. So of course it's going to be a little pricey. And for this size, I did an extra large for me, and that's like 7 skeins of Metal and Touch DK. And so if you want to do like a cheaper version, you can totally do that. And if you want to use mohair, because you're in love with the mohair combination with the merino and the mohair, you can totally do that too. So another idea for this cardigan, if you still want to use hand-dyed yarn, you can use, like, if you use the Metal and Touch, the Touch Merino Light, it will run twice as long as the Touch DK. So you would only need half the amount of yarn, because you could knit it together with maybe a mohair, and you can even go for a cheaper mohair. So if you want to do the merino mohair silk, you can combine these two and get the same gauge. That will give it, of course, another texture and another look. It will be lighter, probably a little bit warmer because of the silk merino is very warm, but still light and nice. And you can even exchange like the fingering weight yarn with a cheaper sock yarn and use a mohair, or whatever is available close to you. In Denmark, we have the Peruvian Highland wool from Filcolana. That's 100 meters on 50 grams. So that is the same as the Madeleine Touch DK. This is a cheaper option. The quality is the same. The reason why it's cheaper is because it's not hand dyed like the Madeleine Touch DK is. So of course, hand dyed yarn is always going to be more expensive. And I know that not everybody can make this choice every time they knit something. So to do the Nena Cardigan, you can either go with the Touch DK, which is the recommendation in the pattern, but you can always exchange a hand-dyed yarn with a not hand-dyed yarn and get the same quality yarn. This is not a merino yarn, this is Peruvian Highland wool, but this is very soft and very squishy and a very nice quality yarn. So don't think that because the pattern is done in an expensive hand-dyed yarn that is your only option. And your local yarn store will be happy to help you find cheaper or more affordable yarns to work with. You know, there's always an option for everybody and everybody's budget. So that's just important to say, that just because I can show all these beautiful hand-dyed yarns here on this channel doesn't mean that you need those expensive yarns to knit one of my patterns, or any designer pattern. Actually, you can always find cheaper and just as good yarn in your yarn store. And you're always welcome to write me if I have an idea on another yarn for one of my patterns. You don't always have to choose the most expensive yarn. That being said, I have just started another Nena Cardigan. I did this one in my size because I like to show that even though I usually have my daughter model on the patterns and on Instagram, it's just easier to take a picture of her than it is for me to take a picture of me. But she's a beautiful 14-year-old skinny girl, and we don't all look like her. So I think it's important also to show my patterns on myself, because I'm an bigger XXL woman, and just to show that my designs can work on any body type. And I do my best to be as inclusive as I can in my size range. I do my patterns my size and one size bigger, and then to make even bigger sizes, it's not as easy as people might think. You can yeah, it's not that I think designers don't want to be inclusive up to the larger sizes. It's also that it's difficult actually to figure out how to do that exactly, and small indie designers like me and so many others don't necessarily have the skills yet to do the bigger sizes or the smaller sizes in the best way. I hope I make myself clear. So it's not that I don't want to do like a 5XL. I just don't want to do it unless I know what I'm doing. I hope that makes sense. Okay, long talk. Okay, so what I'm working on right now is the Nena Cardigan in a size small. So I like to always knit my designs. I always knit them in two sizes myself, and I usually do one for me and one for one of my daughters. I'm just gonna knit real quick on the Nena Cardigan because I want to show you something really cool. Some new gadget that I just recently got for, and I think it's really cool and really easy, and I can't believe nobody thought of this before. But I'm gonna show that in just a second. I just need to knit like 20 more stitches. So I'm gonna talk to you today also about all my knitting bags, and I think I'll just do those. I don't think I remember actually the order of how I got them, but I remember my very first project bag. I bought that from a local yarn store here in Denmark, a yarn store from downtown Aarhus called Yarn Freak. Yarn Freak is yeah, if you ever come to Aarhus, you should definitely go there. They have all the expensive yarn. You get so tempted when you go there. But anyway, my first knitting bag ever was this from knitting bag from French Supply. And of course, like any other knitter with a project bag, I have pins. And these pins I like very much. One says teacher's rule, because I'm a teacher and I rule. And the other one says designer's rule. So that's like, yeah, I really like those. And on the other side, I have a Fru Valborg pin, because as everybody knows, I'm just a big fan of Petra's yarn. So this was my very first project bag, and I think I actually got this. I didn't even know about this brand. I didn't know that project bags was going to be a thing, but it turned out that once I got this project bags kind of became a thing to collect. I think, like beautiful yarn, or yeah, whatever you like to have as a knitter. Project bags just became one of my, I just kind of got obsessed. I could spend so much money on project bags, and I did, but I think I have enough. I have one more coming. I ordered a knitting bag not too long ago, and I will show you that when it arrives. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but this was my first one from French Supply. So these days, this is for my Nena cardigan. So I had the black one in here, and when I finished it, this new one moved in. I showed you this yarn last time, the Mars Rover colorway from Melantosh. Let me just put that. Then I think the next one I got was this project bag from Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam, and it is from this Oh Wow, and they do customized knitting bags. So I think Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam is not the only yarn store that has this Oh Wow, and I know that they will change the labels, I think, according to the yarn store. I'm not sure about this, but I got this I bought it online with some yarn from. In this bag I have some beautiful hand-dyed yarn from Hand-Dyed DK in Denmark, bright blue. I have showed this before, and this extremely funny yellow speckled yarn. And with this yarn I'm knitting on my Herman Ø shawl, and I think this is gonna be a party shawl when it's done. I love these colors together. I usually don't knit with that bright colors, but yeah, I just had I don't know what happened, but I really like it. So I'm doing this one, the Herman Ø shawl. Okay, so this is knitting bag number 2. Is it called pull string bag, or I don't know what it's called, but it's cute and plain, and I like that the colors on the outside kind of matches the colors on the inside. How nerdy, how geeky nerdy is that? Okay, so that was bag number 2. Bag number 3, actually I think the third bag that I got is this one from, this is also from French Supply. It's not the same one as the other one I showed you. This one is it doesn't have 2 handles, it only has 1, but it's still, you can pull the strings like this. And I think that I got this bag also from Stephen and Penelope, and I think that this colorway is was custom made actually for Stephen and Penelope. Jen Hewitt did this fabric for them. And I always have small pins. I just love small pins. This one I think I got from Line. I bought that on Line's homepage. And I have a little alpaca there I got from the Fane Knitting Festival here in Denmark last year. I got this one, knitting. And can you tell it's like glitter on the knitting? And this is from a Danish, actually she's a Danish knitting designer. She's also my tech editor. And this company is called Ravna.dk. And Signe makes these beautiful bags, and she makes these prints herself. And I know you can get in different colors and styles, and I just really like, it's so easy. It's just, it doesn't have any pockets or anything. It's just a zipper, and it's perfect for whatever project you want. I keep all my sock like leftovers. I'm not gonna use this for my corner to corner blanket because that's mainly just single merino I use for that. So this is all my like hand dyed sock yarn mostly for knitting like stripes, or I have enough yarn for do like contrasting cuff to heel maybe. But I have yeah, some. This is from for Valbo. I have some merino. This is Madeline Tosh sock. Yeah. So this is one of Signe's bag. I actually have two of Signe's bag because I also have this one with the gold, and it says strikketøj, which is just the Danish word for my knitting project or my knitting stuff. In here, oops, can't show you that. Secret project. And then I have these two. These are my favorite bags, I must say, because yeah, Calico in Berlin, she hand dyes the fabric and she makes this prints, and then she sews the bags. So I love them. I have showed these before, and I have some pictures on Instagram because they just photograph so well, and the colors are just gorgeous. This color, I just love this color. And the fern, I think it's called a fern, right? This plant. I'm not sure what this is, an olive branch maybe, I don't know. Okay, so doesn't matter. But this is like you can pull these, and there are small pockets inside. And in this one I keep my bubble vest. And it has been on a little break because I've been working on the Nena Cardigan, but yeah, this will be next project to finish. So I have my bubble vest in this one from Calico. I bought this project bag I didn't buy it actually, my husband bought it in a yarn store in Bergen, Norway. I forgot the name. I'm gonna put it here, the name of the store, and I will link below to where I got all these bags. You can probably find a local store that will, you don't have to go to Norway to buy the Calico bags. You can buy them anywhere. Google it or go on, and I will put a link to the Calico page, and you can see if she has a retailer somewhere close to where you live if you're interested in the Calico bags. I am not sponsored. I'm just a big fan of Calico especially. And also I just heard that the Fringe supply bags are actually not, they don't make the bags anymore. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you would put down a business that is so successful. Yeah, so I hope they're okay. I don't know why they have decided not to make these project bags anymore. It's really it's actually really sad. So if you want one, you should really actually go find one now before they're all sold out. Okay, so that was all my knitting bags. I showed you this one the last time. My newest one, my small project bags for socks. And I really like this. Love this bag. I still have my eggplant colored socks in here from let me just show you this yarn because I have it right here. Using this yarn from here, the Pinza sock yarn from Pasquale. I'm gonna design a shawl in this yarn because I really like this yarn. So I'm gonna put that back. That was all my project bags. I'm so happy I got to show you all of them. That has been a plan of mine for a long time. But also I can see that I've been talking for a long time now. So I have to wrap this up by wrapping something else up. But first, let me just share with you what I just had from the printer. Because here in Denmark, I get all my patterns on prints. So the Yarnstores here in Denmark can sell my patterns on print, because a lot of knitters would just like to get their patterns, like have them in their hands and not only just a PDF. Unfortunately, this is only possible for me to do here in Denmark. So if you're Danish, you can buy a pattern on print in the Yarnstores. You can go to my webpage CamijoKnit.dk and find out where you can buy these patterns on print if you prefer them on print. But I just wanted to show you anyway, because not all of you who watches here with me are from Denmark. So I just wanted to show you that I just got these from the printer, and I'm just so happy. I think I have around 27 maybe patterns now, and I started designing January 2019. So things are going good. I opened the design door and the designs just keep popping out of my head. This one is the Spring Diamond vest. I have showed you this before. This is my youngest daughter Esther, and this is the Spring Diamond sweater, and this is my oldest daughter Nomi, and she's the one who actually co-designed this sweater with me. Let me just show you this back picture because she's just so cute on this picture, I think. It's not that hard to knit, even though it's a lace pattern and it looks hard. I have on the pattern a chart, but also a written instruction. Like every row, I tell you exactly what to do. Then we have the cactus flower sweater on print. Also, I like to play with the colors, so they are not the same color. So the logo is always a matching color of something on the sweater. I think that's cute. So it's not all just black and white. It's always colored to match the sweater or the design on the front. And the Big Brother sweater is of course gray because the sweater is gray. And this is my brother. So you can see the whole family is actually modeling for me. And because as I am an indie designer, and there's no way I can afford professional photographers and professional models, but I have the nephew on my back and my brother on the front, so I really like that I have the whole family presented in my patterns. And you know, my knitting is supposed to be worn by normal people, and so normal people should model my knitting. I like it that way. And this one is just myself actually, and it's hard to take a picture of yourself, so I had to put I had to put my phone on a shelf and put the, how do you say that, the auto, yeah, so it would 3 seconds and it would take a picture. So that is why the vanilla wave only looks like this. I just wanted to show you that I also do patterns this way. Okay, so the only thing I have left is unboxing. And inside we have pink silk paper that I love and small stickers that I love. Always when I send patterns to the Yarnstores here in Denmark, I always wrap them in silk paper and I put on little stickers and everything. And I have a friend who owns the yarn store where I live, and her husband's like, you don't have to do that every time you come with patterns for us, because I don't care. I'm just gonna open it and put all the patterns out in the shop. You don't have to waste all that silk paper. But I know that there's a lot of yarn stores that are owned by women, and I know they appreciate a beautiful box with silk paper and stickers and a handwritten card. I just love to send it out like that anyway. Exciting. I'm very excited. Oh, wow. Wow, this is gorgeous. Okay. Look. Oh. Sorry. Deep purple. This is a superwash BFL with nylon from the Sock Club in August. I'm just turn this around because if you are a Danish knitter and you're interested, this is called It's the Yarn. This is funny. The company's called It's Yarn. And the different bases they have, they name after what they are for. So this is called It's for Socks. It's that simple. Okay, let me just take these out. Okay, this is really, let me just check it up close because this is so many colors. Okay, so, sorry, I just had to see, because I see it's hard for me to tell when I have it so close to the camera like now. Okay, so it's like a very deep purple, has some blue speckles, a little bit of black, a tiny bit of greens here and there, but overall just a deep, bright purple. It shows a little bit brighter on the camera than it actually is. If I put it back, maybe it's, if I hold it still for a little while, if I get closer, it's like the camera adjusts a little bit and makes everything a little bit more brighter than it really is. So I'm not this bright in real life. And a gray. I think it's just, yeah, it's like a silver gray contrasting color. That really, I think that's a good match when you have something this vivid. Is that the right word? Like something that bright. I think it's good when the contrasting is a little bit more subtle, maybe, and in a more solid color. It's not as speckled as this purple one. This was my the last yarn from the Sock Club, because I ordered a Sock Club for June, July, and August. So this was the last one. And must say that I have really enjoyed being a part of this Sock Club. Being a member of a yarn club is just so much fun. You get something new every month, and you get yarn you probably would have never picked out yourself. I'm not a fan of purple, but I really like this one. So sometimes you get something that you maybe usually wouldn't have got, and then it can be good sometimes to get this a little, what would you say, like challenge you a little bit, and maybe use colors you wouldn't usually use, and maybe you figure out that actually it's a good color for you, or you thought you didn't like purple and then you did anyway. So I think it's a lot of fun. Of course, it's a little pricey, so I think it's a good idea for a gift. If you know someone who knits and you don't know what to give them for their birthday or for Christmas, give them a secret yarn club and they can get this little surprise every month in the mail. I'm not sponsored by It's Yarn. I bought this myself. The same with Birk & Bau. I bought this myself as well. I'm not going to be able to keep joining all these yarn clubs because they do cost a lot of money. So I think there will not be an unboxing for a little while, at least not in the fall. But then during Christmas, I have joined 2 new yarn clubs. So I have just recently bought the Birkenberg are doing a Spice Girl Christmas Advent calendar, and I bought that. So every Sunday in December, I will do an episode and show you some of that. And I also bought an Advent calendar with 24 mini skeins. So I'm thinking about doing like a Christmas vlog. So I'm actually planning to do like a small vlog every day in December. Yeah, I'm not gonna promise anything, but that is what I'm hoping that I will have time to do. The challenge is that here in Denmark in December, it's not just dark, it's like really dark. The sun doesn't get up until like 9 or 10, and it goes down around 4. So it will be very dark and a lot of candles. But then again, you can see what it's like to have a Christmas here in Denmark and just get a little peek into my everyday life. So, are you interested? Please tell me if you think that's a good idea. If you think it's a bad idea, don't tell me, just don't show. Don't watch them. But if you're interested or you think it's a good idea, let me know so I can see if nobody says anything. I know maybe no one will watch them, and if you think it's a good idea, I'll be happy to do that. That's it, guys. It's a wrap. Okay, so I totally forgot that I was gonna show you that very cool accessory that I talked about. So I don't know what happened. I just totally forgot. Let me show you something very cool. Right now I have just on my Nena Cardigan, I am done with the increases. So now I have to split for front and back and sleeves and separating my work. So now you can see I have a stitch marker right here. So these stitches is the front of the cardigan. So I'm just gonna knit those really quick and let me show you something really awesome. Okay, so I have knit the front of the cardigan. So these stitches here are my sleeve stitches. So usually I would put these stitches on usually I would put them on a stitch holder like this. Sometimes I would put them on a spare wire from my a spare knitting wire, or sometimes I know people put them on scrap yarns. I don't like to do that because I think it's hard to pick up the stitches back up. The new thing, at least here in Denmark, this is a big thing, is the I don't even know if it has a name, but you put this, it's like a tube, and you put that tube on the tip of your needle like this, and then let me just make sure I don't lose the stitches. And then when you put this, you can see it's long, it's like a meter, 1 meter, on the tip of your needle, and then you just push your stitches out here. You can see like that. It's so easy. And then I have a stitch marker, so I know. Then I just pull this like that. I'm gonna take off my stitch markers. Hold on, I forgot this one. Okay, so now I have all the sleeve stitches on this long tube. It's just like a plastic. But then I have all the stitches on this yellow plastic cord. And then, of course, I have to cast on stitches here for the sleeve, at least in this pattern. And because my yarn broke, I'll do that with this here. But then you can see, let me just hold it, poof, like that. So the sleeve is here. And another great thing about this is that it's so easy. If you want to try it on, you can just try it on because your stitches is not squeezed together on a stitch holder like this. It's kind of hard to get your arm inside this one. So this is the trick. Mette in Garnværksted, she has them with glitter. So they're like transparent, pink and blue and purple, but with a little bit of glitter. Yummy. These ones are from Garnkisten. That's a yarn store in Aarhus. And I have some other ones that is from the store I talked about earlier, named Yarn Freak. I don't know what they're called in English. So I'm sorry, I probably can't help you with that. But ask in your local yarn store if they know about these stitch holders. And it's not even necessary to like tie these two together or anything. They won't go anywhere. I just keep them like this. I don't tie the ends or anything. It's just open. So I have just the stitches like this, and it won't go anywhere. Okay, that was that was my little haberdashery for the day. And if you want to keep supporting me and this channel, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that very much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in around 2 weeks or something like that. Have a good weekend and take care. Bye.